What's up, folks? Nice to see you. So I'm going to talk you through sowing chilies today. Chilies seedlings take a little while. They take about 10 days to germinate. They take some time to grow, so about mid-February is a really good time to get your head start. So I like to plant them under the lights around now, mid-Feb. I'm going to be planting them out into a polytunnel around mid-April, which is within about 2 weeks of the last frost date here in the southwest. In Dorset, actually, on the coast, so it's nice and mild. If you live up north, a bit further towards Midlands, up Scotland, I guess you probably want to sort of put them out around May, mid-May. They'll go in a polytunnel to harden off. So I'm going to talk you through the varieties, the setup I've got, and the compost I'm using. So stay tuned. So the first ones I'm going to sow, and these were really good last year. They were proper hot. Lemon drop. They give a gorgeous sort of green to a yellow and even a little bit red, and they were beautiful. They were really prolific. I think I had over 70 chilies in one plant, which is pretty amazing. So definitely going to go with some of them again. The next one is cayenne. Again, you know, fairly hot. They're not on par with the lemon drop, I don't think, but they're really tasty. They've got a nice flavour, a bit fruity when they go sort of red. And they're really nice to make a chilli jam. Incidentally, the lemon drop are too. And if you want a kind of yellow looking chilli jam, add some food colouring. Padron peppers. So these are a big pepper that you can kind of saute. They don't really have any heat in them, but they're absolutely delicious, sauteed with a bit of garlic and whatever you fancy. They're kind of used as a Spanish tapas dish. I absolutely love them. They're beautiful. And then the old faithful jalapenos. They're kind of got a medium heat. They're fruity, they're tasty, they're quite a big chilli. And again, I absolutely love to make chilli jam with these. They've got a good flavour as well as a heat. So that's what I'm going to be sowing. So I use a general multi-purpose compost. If you want to use a specific sort of seed compost, that's cool. There's some quite big bits in it, but once they're out, it's actually pretty good compost. So I like to really well wet this with an atomizer. I don't like to soak it, I just like to get it quite damp. Got quite big root trays, because the thing is, they take a couple of months to sort of get to a good size to plant out. I recommend planting them now, and they'll be ready for me to put out around mid-April into the greenhouse. If you haven't got a greenhouse, I'd plant them a couple of weeks later and sort of put them out sometime in May. It's very subjective as to the weather that you get where you live. I'm in southwest in Dorset, so generally pretty mild. Though it can feel very cold sometimes. And I'll just, a little bit on top, not too much, just enough to cover it. I don't go mad with it. Same again over here. Just the cayennes now that I'm putting in. That's quite a much bigger seed actually, interestingly. Just give that another little water. Okay, I don't fuss about. You can put cling film over them until they germinate, and they can take a long time to germinate. Usually takes a week to 10 days. I'm going to put mine under my lights in a little sort of glass box, so that will help them to get going. So this is my grow light setup. It's a Mars Hydro TS2000. It's a really good reliable light. I've had it for about 4 years now. I think it cost about 150 quid at the time. It's probably a fair bit more than that now, to be honest. It's got various settings. Goes really, really bright. I mean, that's probably brighter than necessary. I probably use it on about half. But it's a really good light. I tend to have it fairly close, probably about 45 centimetres away, just for germination. And these are my planted up chilies. I've got them in this old fish tank, just for a bit of moisture, just while they're young. And then when they're a bit bigger, I'll probably remove the tank, and I'm going to have a few tomatoes, which I'll sow around mid-March, ready to plant out mid-April. So that's my setup. It's really simple, but, you know, effective.